Among 168 students of a certain school, the ratio between successful to unsuccessful students is 5:9. Had 10 more students passed the exam, then the ratio of successful to unsuccessful students will be what? So basically they've given us the ratio between the successful and unsuccessful students as 5:9, right? Now in order to find out the original number of students who have passed and who have failed in the exam, we can use a common multiplication factor A, right? So now let's multiply this common factor. So the number of successful students can be assumed as 5A. The number of unsuccessful students can be assumed as 9A, right? And also it's been given that the total number of students is 168, right? So if we add these two terms, it will sum up to 168. So 14A is equivalent to 168. So A is basically equivalent to 12. So what is going to be the number of successful students? 5A, which means 5 times 12, that is equivalent to 60. What about the unsuccessful students? 14A, and that is equivalent to 14 times 12, which is equivalent to 108, right? So the first part is done. Had 10 more students passed, what will be the ratio, right? So which means in this 60, we'll have to add 10 more students, and from this 108, we'll have to subtract 10 students, right? So the new number of students who have passed the exam, that is going to be 70, and the number of students who are unsuccessful, that is going to become 98, right? Now what is going to be the new ratio? 70:98. So we can reduce both the terms by 2. So this should become 35, this should become 49, and still they can be reduced. This should become 5 and this should become 7. So the new ratio between successful and unsuccessful students is going to be 5:7. That's it. The same question can also be done in a very quick amount of time by using the fraction trick. So let's see that. The ratio between successful and unsuccessful students is given as 5:9, right? From this, is it possible to find out the fraction of successful students? Of course, yes. What does this 5:9 mean? For every 5 successful students, 9 students will be unsuccessful, right? So if we take 14 students, out of the 14 students, 5 are going to be successful, right? So what is the fraction of successful students then? 5 out of 14. And what is the total number of students who are writing the exam? 168. So times this with 168. Now if we simplify, 1 14s are 14, 12 14s are 168. So the number of students who are successful is 60. So out of 168 students, if 60 are successful, the remaining count of 108 can be assumed as unsuccessful, right? So successful students are 60 and unsuccessful students are 108. Now what is the next statement given? Had 10 more students passed, which means we can add 10 over here with the successful students, and which means we need to remove 10 from the unsuccessful students, right? So what is going to be the new number of successful students? 70, and the new number of unsuccessful students is going to be 98. Now let's find the ratio between these two terms. So we can reduce both the terms by using 2, which will give us 35 and 49. And again, these two terms can be reduced by 7. So the new ratio should become 5:7. So the ratio between successful and unsuccessful students after the change is 5:7.